guys, the Rover from the mighty Led Zeppelin. This is another one of my favorite Zeppelin tracks. I mean, there's a lot of them, obviously, right? A lot of great tunes there. But this tune is really cool. It's pretty heavy and it's got a lot of looseness to it that I really like. And I remember it was the first time that I heard Jimmy Page actually use really mondo distortion, you know, and there's a little bit of phase shifting going on as well, classic phase shifter stuff, analog, of course. And I've got a little bit of that going right now. So it adds a little extra edge to the sound or whatever. So I'm going to break this tune down riff by riff, lick by lick, okay? So we'll start with the intro. And you have your ring finger on the 5th string on the 7th fret. The top string is open. And you play a quick little 16th note rhythm. Down, up, down. Then we're at the 3rd fret on the 6th string, top string. And we move from 3 to 5 and back. So that's 3, 3, 5, 5, 3, 5, 3. And then we're doing a hammer-on at the 2nd fret on the D string, the 4th string. So we've got okay. All right, next up we've got this cool little lick. At the 9th fret, we're on the G and the D string. You're barring across both of them. But with your ring finger, you're only tagging the G string, the 3rd string from the bottom. Hit both strings and pull off so that you sound the 9th fret. Okay, now the best way to do this is do it with a downstroke, then follow it with a downstroke and an upstroke. And he does that twice in a row. So it's down, up, down, up. Excuse me. So it's down, down, up, down, down, up. Putting that all together then, we have this. Head back to the 7th fret on the 5th string, what you started out with, and this time just simply hit the 5th string and the 6th string, which is open, with one stroke of the pick. Repeat the riff again, complete with the hammer-on, okay? If you listen to the recording, you'll hear Jimmy just kind of flip off that string, so I went ahead and did it in the performance video. He just kind of goes before he heads back to do the lick again. Okay, this time you only play this one time. Then we move to the 5th fret on the 4th string, 2, 3, 4. Give it a slight little bend. Then moving to the 5th string on the 7th fret, we pull off from 7 to 5. As always, make sure your finger's in line. All right, so kind of putting that all together for you. on to the main riff. This is really a signature riff, right? This is such a cool riff. We're hitting the top string open, the sixth string open, and make sure you kill that string before you start the rest of the riff because you don't want it ringing through. All right, so after hitting the top string open and muting it afterwards, we move to the D string, the fourth string, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're playing the second fret to the fourth fret, back to the second fret, 2, 4, 2. Moving to the fourth fret on the third string now, the G string. Moving back to the fourth fret on the D string, we give it a little bend, about a half step bend. Back to the second fret. And then you hit this string again, you strike it again with the pick, almost like a pickup note. So again, that's the second fret on the D string, striking it again. Move to the fifth string, the A string on the fourth fret, and you're duping that same half step bend that you did on the previous string. 2 times. Then back to the second fret on the fourth string. Then it's third fret on the top string, another little bend to the open string. Now once you hit the open string, that's the beginning of the riff again. So I'm going to do this real slow. Now, in addition to that, what I want to mention is the cool little fill, if you will, that he tosses into the riff. And he does it several times in the song. So he tosses that in on the second go-around. This doesn't happen until the second verse. The first verse, he plays it straight, just like we're doing here. But in the second verse and onward, he tosses this in. So where he tosses it in is as important as the fact that he tosses it in, right? And it's right there. This is a cool little riff. We are hammering on to the B string, the second string, open string to the second fret. But we're also hitting the first string, the high E string, at the same time. Then it's both strings open. Then we move all the way up to the fourth string on the fourth fret, and we do that same half step bend that he's been working with. To the second fret on the same string, the fourth string. And then he strikes the top string open again, and always that's the beginning of the riff again, okay? Okay, so moving on to the power chords now. This is a real easy part to play, of course. It is just power chords after all. He's in the key of E major, and we'll talk about the little harmonic additions he adds to that as he goes around the second time. But the first time, he's just playing straight power chords. You can see it mapped out for you in the tab. It's pretty easy to read and pretty easy to play, but I'll go ahead and go through it for you right now. Okay, that's pretty easy to wrap your head around, of course. The little lick that he plays at the end, you hit an A power chord, which is the D string at the 2nd fret, and of course the A string open. You grab the 3rd fret on the 6th string, give it a slight bend, 2nd fret on the 4th string, and back to the bend. So that's